Tonight, when the sun goes down, you are going to flip a switch. Light will fill the room. You will not even think about it. You will just do it. It will feel completely normal. But that switch, that small, simple thing, did not exist for almost all of human history. For 99.9% of the time humans have been on this earth, there was no switch. There was no light waiting for you. When the sun went down, the world went dark. Not dim, not a little dark, completely dark. The kind of dark where you cannot see your hand if you hold it right in front of your face. We have forgotten what that darkness feels like. Most of us have never truly experienced it. We live in cities full of lights. We carry bright screens in our pockets. Even on the darkest nights in our homes, there is always some glow somewhere. A phone charging, a street light outside the window, the little red dot on the TV. We have never known real darkness. But your ancestors did. For over 300,000 years, every single one of them spent roughly half of their lives in near total darkness every night. No electric lights, no candles for most of that time, just the black sky above them, the stars if the clouds were clear, and whatever fire they could build and keep alive through the night. That was it. Half of every day was dark. So, what did they actually do? What did humans do for all those dark hours, night after night, for 300,000 years? The answer is not what most people think. And when you understand it, it changes everything you thought you knew about sleep, about storytelling, about human culture, and honestly, about what it even means to be human. Let's find out. If you are new here, this is Backdoor Economics, where we look at history, science, and human behavior from angles most people never think about. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Now, let's get into it. Let's start with fire, because fire is the reason any of this story is even possible. The earliest solid evidence of humans controlling fire comes from a place called Wonderwerk Cave in South Africa. Scientists found burnt bones and plant ash inside that cave that are roughly 1 million years old. 1 million years! That means our ancestors were sitting around fires before our species, Homo sapiens, even existed. Fire is that old for us. It is practically in our DNA. Now, most people think about fire and they think warmth, protection from the cold. And yes, that is true, but that is the smallest part of what fire actually did for our ancestors. Fire did not just keep people warm. Fire completely changed the shape of the human day. And by doing that, it changed the shape of the human species. Here's what life looked like before fire. Before fire, our ancestors were like every other primate on the planet. When the sun set, you found somewhere safe, a tree, a cave, a sheltered rock ledge, and you stopped moving. You stayed completely still, because moving at night without being able to see meant dying. It really was that simple. Our eyes are bad in the dark. That's just biology. Compared to the animals that hunted us, our night vision is almost useless. Leopards can see in the dark. Hyenas can see in the dark. Wolves can see in the dark. All the things that wanted to eat us, they could see just fine at night. We could not. So before fire, when the sun went down, you went still. You waited for morning. Night was not part of your usable day. Night was just danger and darkness and the sound of things moving in the trees around you. Fire changed all of that, instantly, completely. A campfire creates a circle of safety around it, roughly 30 feet in every direction. Inside that circle, the big predators will not come. They're afraid of the fire. They can smell the smoke. They see the light and they stay away. Inside that circle, humans are safe. Outside that circle, the old rules still apply. Outside that circle, you die. This is not just an old theory. Anthropologists who study modern hunter-gatherer communities, groups still living today in ways that are close to how early humans lived, have actually documented this. People who wander away from the fire at night are significantly more likely to be attacked or killed by predators, even now, even in the modern world. The fire circle is real protection. It always was. But here's the thing about that fire circle that most people completely miss. It did not just protect humans from danger. It gave humans something they had never had before in the entire history of the species, something worth more than almost anything else: extra time. Think about what that actually means. Before fire, the useful day ended at sunset. In the summer, that's maybe 12 hours. In winter, as few as 8. When the sun went down, your day was over. You could do nothing useful. You just hid and waited. Fire suddenly added 2 to 4 usable hours to every single day, every day. Think about the math on that. Over a lifetime, that adds up to years of extra conscious, productive social time. And over thousands of generations, over hundreds of thousands of years, those extra nighttime hours are a big part of why we became human in the way that we did. Now, here's where this story gets really interesting, because those extra hours around the fire were not spent doing practical things. They were not spent making tools or planning hunts. What happened around the fire at night was something completely different, something that turns out to be one of the most important things that's ever happened in human history. In 2014, an anthropologist named Polly Wiesner published a study in one of the world's top scientific journals, the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. Wiesner had spent years sitting with the Juhosani Bushmen of the Kalahari Desert in southern Africa. The Juhosani are one of the last groups of people on Earth still living in ways that are close to how early humans lived. In something close to the way all humans lived for most of history. Hunter-gatherers, small groups, moving with the seasons, living by fire. Wiesner recorded thousands of conversations, daytime conversations, nighttime conversations, and she analyzed what people were actually talking about. What she found was striking. It was a clean, clear pattern. During the day, about 80% of all conversations were practical, useful, work. Who is hunting where today? Which plants are ready to pick? How do we resolve this disagreement over resources? Logistics, planning, problem solving, economics. Daytime talk was essentially business. People talked about what needed to happen to survive. But at night, around the fire, everything changed. The character of conversation shifted completely. At night, 81% of all conversations were stories. Not practical stories, not instructions or plans. Stories. Tales about people in distant places. Adventures that happened long ago. Funny things that people had done or said. Myths about how the world began.